So few formulas are already here. Okay, I'm going to make it 175. Okay, this one. So few formulas are already here. Main formula, that means the most important formula is this one. Per unit means actual divided by base. Base means reference. Okay, base means what? Reference. Understood? Per unit is always actual divided by base, and this one do not have any unit. Unit means voltage, current, that means voltage, ampere, volt ampere, nothing, because the actual quantity has an unit, base quantity has a unit, right? So both of them will be gone, both of them will be cancelled each other. Both of them will cancel each other. And if it has kilovolt, this one will also have kilovolt. So kilovolt will be gone. So what will be the unit? No unit. But sometimes you can write PU. PU means indication, this is a per unit. PU means an indication that it is a per unit. PU, per unit. Now, next formulas are this one. ZPU, that means what? That means Z means what? Impedance, right? Impedance, total impedance. Z actual divided by Z base. XPU, X means reactance. X actual, X base. Resistance per unit, resistance actual, resistance base. Current per unit, current actual, current base. See, so you do not have to memorize, okay? Everything is same. So here, all of the formulas are actually this one. So voltage per unit is equal to voltage actual divided by voltage base, okay? Power per unit, the P is the real power. P is the real power. Q is the reactive power. S is the apparent power, okay? Everything is same. Frequency, frequency per unit, frequency actual, frequency base. This is the omega. This is the Y. Y is the what? Y is what? Y bus. You will learn, you will hear this Y a lot of times. This is admittance. What is that called? Admittance. It is the opposite of what? Opposite of Z. Opposite of Z. Okay. Z is impedance. Y is admittance. Okay. Remember, it is opposite of Z. B is equal to susceptance. Susceptance. Okay. Susceptance is the opposite of X. G is the conductance. Conductance is the opposite of R. Okay. So you actually got the formula. Everything is actual divided by base. Now come here. For single phase system, remember, for single phase system, let V base and S base are given. That means base is always given, or you have to assume. Sometimes it is given, sometimes you have to assume. Got my point? Base sometimes is given, sometimes you have to assume. Okay, let's say V base and S base are given. Then P base, that means the base real power, Q base, that means the base reactive power, and the base apparent power, all are same. If this is 100 MVA, this will be what? 100. What is the unit of this one? M var, right? Var. Q is always calculated in var, right? Remember? P will be what? 100. Same value, same 100, 100, 100. If this is given, if S is given, you already know your Q, you already know your P. So Q is 100, P is also 100. But in this case, the unit will be what? Megawatt, because real power is calculated in megawatt. Watt. Q, that means the reactive power, is calculated in var. S means the apparent power, is calculated in MVA, volt ampere. Okay, understood? Everyone? If this one and this yes, one sir. Is given, that means P is also given, Q is also given, S is given. Okay. Now, if P is given, you know Q will be same, S will be same. Okay, by the way, I am talking about only the base, not the actual. I am talking about base. Okay. Now, what will be your I base? What will be your I base? I base will be S base divided by V base. The value will be ampere. Why? Why is that? Because
the voltage cancel.
Look at this. Look at this. What your S? What is the unit of S? I told you MVA, right? What is this? MVA. Got my point? M means mega. M means mega. What is VA? V is the voltage, A is the ampere, right? That means voltage and current will be multiplied. So S is equal to what? VI. What is P? Do you know what is P? VI cos theta. What about Q?
VI sin theta.
Exactly.
VI sin theta.
Exactly. But S is equal to VI, straightforward, VI. So if okay, wait a minute. If V base is given, S base is given, can you find out the I base?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
okay, wait. Then so I base will be what? S base divided by V base. The and the what is that? See, if this is MVA and if this is KV, so volt will be gone. Mega is equal to 10 to the power 6. Kilo is equal to 10 to the power 3. So 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 6 will be gone.
Yes.
So you will have kilo ampere. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If this is in VA only, and if this is in V, then VV will be gone. You will have ampere only. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
be very careful with the unit. Be very careful with the unit. So for your understanding, my sir, he has given A, okay, but it can be kilo ampere as well. It can be kilo ampere. If the upper one is mega volt ampere, the lower one is kilovolt, they cancel each other. This will be kilo ampere. Okay, remember. So the R base, X base, Z base, they all are same. Like this one, R base, X base, Z base, all are same. This one will be what? V base divided by I base, because we know R is equal to V by I, right? We know from the Ohm's law, V divided by I is equal to what? R. Or V square divided by S. We know it because we already know R is equal to V square by P, right? Do you know it? Okay, you do not know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, your S is equal to what? VI. What about your I? I is equal to V divided by R, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
So take the R here and take the S here. So what will happen?
P power 25 by
R will be here, S will be here, and this V into V will be what?
multiplied, sir.
Yeah, they will be multiplied, so they become what?
Power.
They become
P
V
power,
square,
sir. Yes, sir.
right? So R is equal to, or you can call it X, or you can call it Z, whatever. V square divided by S. By the way, I'm talking about again base value. So this one is a formula. Again, the unit is ohm, but it can be kilo ohm, it can be mega ohm, it can be micro ohm, depending on what? Depending on these two, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now again, now come to the G base, V base, Y base. What are those? These one, Y, B, and G. Y base, normally you will never require B base or G base. Okay, you will almost never require, but this is good to know. Okay,
Okay,
maybe you will never require B base or G base, but it is good to know that they are all same. So again, Y base will be what? I base divided by B base. Why? How do I know that? Because I told you Z base and Y base, they are opposite to each other, right?
Yes, sir.
So if their formula is V by I, this one will be I by V, right?
Yes, sir. It's
If-
I by P, sir.
If this formula is V square by S, this one will be S by V square,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. It's opposite.
Or in other words, you can call it 1 divided by Z. What is the unit of Y? Can anyone tell me?
Siemens.
Exactly, Siemens, not S, not this S. This is not this one. This is Siemens. Okay, but again, this is the beauty of per unit. You will never have to write unit. Okay, per unit তোমার এটা একটা সুবিধা আছে, তোমাকে কখনোই ইউনিট লিখতে হবে না, সুতরাং তোমাকে ইউনিট নিয়ে মাথা ঘামাইতে হবে না।
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this one, V base is equal to K V base, S base is equal to K VA base, S base is equal to K VA base. That means হচ্ছে তোমার যে MVA rating আর কি, বুঝছো? All
Yes,
the
sir.
MVA rating. So you do not have to worry if your concept is clear. Kilo, mega, nano. If your concepts are clear, you do not have to worry about this. Okay, you do not have to memorize this. Do not have to memorize this because you already know. You already know this one. If it is mega, if this is kilo, if I cancel each other, this will be kilo, right? I already told you
Yes,
that.
sir.
So you memorize that like this. You do not have to memorize a separate formula. Okay, MVA is given, KV is given, so I have to divide. No, I already talked about this, right? I already talked about this here. So if this is mega, if this is kilo, cancel each other, so this will be kilo ampere, right?
Yes, sir. It's okay.
So you do not have to memorize a separate formula for this one. Remember, okay?
Okay, sir.
Or if you want, if your brain is too sharp, and if you have empty space in your brain, you can actually memorize it. No problem. No problem. তোমার যদি ব্রেনে অনেক জায়গা থাকে তুমি এটা পড়তে
স্যার এটা নাই স্যার
হ্যাঁ
স্যার এটা নাই স্যার
exactly অনেকে থাকে so you can memorize it. So again z base is equal to kilovolt base মানে kv base. This is called kv base, not v. Kv base. Z base is equal to kv base square divided by mva base. Normally in 99% of the cases, 99% of the cases, your voltage will be given in kilovolt and your S will be given in megavolt ampere. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Remember,
Yes, I
your
understand.
kilo will be square and your mega will be that. And if it is not in MVA, if it is not in MVA, if it is in KVA, you have to make it MVA. Okay? Remember, by divided by 100, no, 100, 1000. That 1000 will go up. Okay?
সবসময় চিন্তা করি কিভাবে সহজে মনে রাখা যায়
Exactly. তোমার এত মেমোরাইজ করা লাগবে না। জাস্ট মনে রাখবা in they will be in their usual unit. Usual unit means what? The upper one, that means Z, will be what? V squared by S, right?
Yes, sir.
So V should be in volt. V should be in. If I give something like this, okay, V. If I give something like this, V is equal to 10 kV, and your S is equal to 100 MVA, right? If I give something like this, you convert that in your mind, not in your script. You convert that. Okay, this one will be 1000 into, right? You have to 10 into what?
1000, sir.
Do not show me this. You calculate this inside your head. Okay, that means it is in volt now. It is in volt. What about this one? 100 into what? 6, right? 10 to the power 6.
Yes, sir.
1
Million,
lakh.
sir.
10 to the power 6. That means this is VA now. So if I divide these two, what will happen? 10. Since it is square, what will happen?
স্যার আরো তিনটা বেশি হবে
Not 3টা, 4টা বেশি হবে because you have a 0 here.
10 বাদে স্যার 10 বাদে
10 বাদে, that means you will have a extra 6, right?
Yes, sir.
So we can do this, something like this. So if you square it, so this will be 10 square, and here we will have 3 more zeros. And this one is like this, 100. So they will cancel each other. So what do you have? The upper one is kV. Lower one is what? MVA. Whatever the value that is given here. Okay? But remember, if this is not kV, if this was not MVA, then you have to do this sort of calculation inside your head. So do not memorize, you just understand. Okay? You just understand. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do not memorize. If you memorize, I am 100% sure you will forget this, because this thing I learned twice. Once when I was in BSc, that means bachelor, when I was in studying my BSc, I learned that. Then I learned this thing in my masters. Okay, I learned these things twice, but yet I forget. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I forget. Why? Because if you tell me what is the formula of Z base, I will never be able to tell. But I can write it because I know the concept. Z means what? Z means impedance, right? Impedance means V square by P or V square by S, right? We know it. That time I can write the formula because I know the concept. I know the concept of what is that? The Ohm's law. This is the concept of Ohm's law, right? Everything comes from Ohm's law. So I know the concept. So memorize the concept, not the formulas, because if you memorize the formula, I'm 100% sure that you will forget this after 4 months. Okay, now here, and do not lose this document, because this is necessary when you do some maths. That time you do not have enough time to see the formulas. Okay, so you can see the formulas from here. Now your I base, that was for single phase system. Now for 3-phase system, normally your system will be 3-phase, not single phase. If 3-phase system is given, S base is always line voltage. Remember, not phase voltage, is always what?
Line voltage.
Whatever voltage is given, that is always your line voltage, not your phase voltage. So calculated I base will be what? This will be what? Line current. Okay. What about your I base? I base will be V base divided S base divided by √3 V base. Okay. Why there is a √3? Because it is line voltage, right? That's why you have to give 1 by √3. So V base divided by what? V base divided by √3 V base. And again, this will be ampere. Do not worry about these. You know what is happening here, right?
Yes, sir.
R base is equal to X base is equal to Z base is equal to V base divided by I base. V squared divided by S base. Why? Because again, this is line, this is also line. So you can actually use both of them. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, G base will be what? Same. Only the I base was different. I base, it has a √3. Now again what? Again, those kVA, MVA things are here. Okay? But you do not have to see this because you already know what is happening here. How this ampere has come, you already know, right? So
Yes, sir.
let's do a math. Because always remember, power system analysis, if you do a math, it will be more clear to you. Okay? Theories are a bit confusing sometimes. So if you do a math, if your theory is confusing, go do a math. Then that will clear you up. And an example is here. Example of generator in power unit system. Okay. A generator is rated 100 VA. What do you mean by rated? What do you mean by rated? Can anyone explain?
স্যার এটা সর্বোচ্চ ক্ষমতাটা এতটুকু দেওয়া আছে।
কই দেওয়া আছে? Where?
স্যার এটা ইয়ার মধ্যে দেওয়া থাকে ওই জেনারেটরের কি বলে এটাকে স্যার পাশে যে নেম প্লেট বলা হয়।
Exactly. The nameplate. Okay, let me show you something. Pause recording. If you see something called rated means it is written on its nameplate. Okay, not only generator. Transmission line comes with a rated voltage, rated MVA. What is that? Transformer comes with the ratings, right? These are all written in their nameplate. So here in a generator, it is written 1000 VA. That means 1 kVA, right? Very small generator, this one. And 200 volt, very small generator, very small. 200 volt means what? Normal generator, right? Very small generator, not a big generator. 100 VA and 200 volt has an internal impedance of 10 plus J20 ohm. This is resistance. This is what?
Inductance.
Reactance. Okay, both of them become impedance. Okay, internal impedance of 10 plus J20 ohm as shown in the figure. What is the figure? What is the figure? Okay, no figure is here. Okay, no problem, do not worry. Consider the ratings of the generator are base value. Okay, they say ratings equal to what? Base. That means base is given. What is the given value? This is the given, that means the base value. This is the base value. This is S base. This is what? V base.
V base.
This is S base, this is V base. Calculate the base current, base impedance, and per unit impedance of the generator. Okay. What about the base current? Here, base value, base voltage is 200 volt. S base is equal to 100 VA. What about your I base? I base is equal to S base divided by V base. S base is equal to 1000, and V base is equal to 200. So if you calculate, or what is the unit of this one? VA. What is the unit of this one? V. So VV is gone. So 5 ampere. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about the Z base? Because the next one they said base impedance, right? That means Z base.
Yes, sir.
Z base is equal to V square divided by S. So V base square divided by S base square. Okay. So 200 square divided by 1000, 40 ohm. Okay. 40 what? Ohm.
What ohm, sir?
And per unit impedance, this was what? This was base. What about the per unit? Can anyone explain what is per unit?
Z actual divided by Z base এরকম কিছু না?
Exactly. Because per unit is equal to what? Per unit is always what? Actual divided by base, right? So what is your actual? 10 plus J20.
Plus
J20. What is your base? Base is equal to 40. So 10 divided by 40 is equal to 0.25. 20 divided by 40 is equal to 0.5. And J will remain as J. বুঝতে পারছি?
Yes, sir.
What is the unit of this one? What is the unit of this one? Can anyone explain?
PU, sir.
Yes, per unit. Because the upper one was ohm, the lower one is ohm, so ohm is gone, so nothing, right? That means PU. So you understood this well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do another example. Okay, let's do another example. This time it is transformer. Transformer is complicated than more complicated than your generator. More complicated than your generator. One is low voltage side, another one is high voltage side. Why? Because transformer has two voltages, right?
Yes, sir.
One is low voltage, another one is high voltage. In this case, it was only one voltage, that was 200 volt. But in this case, it will be two. So which one you will choose? So which voltage you will choose as base? Do you have any idea?
Yes, sir. Maybe you said primary side.
No, not necessarily. Remember, this is very easy. Okay, let me show you here. This is very easy. Not very tough. This one is generator. Then you have what? Transformer. Here the voltage is how much? Let's say 200 volt. Here, what is the voltage will be here? If the actual voltage here is 200, what is the actual voltage here? Sure. Also 200. And since it is stepping up, let's say here the voltage is 1000. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, in the question, they said, okay, take 200 as your base. As your base. Okay? So, or they said, okay, let's take 100 as your base. 100 as your base. These are all actual values. 200 is actual, 200 is actual, 1000 is actual. What about the per unit voltage of this one? Per unit. Actual divided by base, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the actual value? 200 divided by
100.
100. So what is the actual value here? No, what is the per unit value here? 2. If you take the primary side, you have to use the actual value as 200 and base value as your what? 100. What is the per unit value?
2.
Again 2. If you consider the primary side, secondary side, that means the high voltage side, you cannot take 100 as your base because 100 was for low voltage side. So if 200 volt become 1000, that means the 5 times, right?
5 times more, sir.
5 times more. If 200 become 1000 by multiplying by 5, you have to multiply the base by 5 as well. কারণ 200 যদি 1000 হয় 100 কত হবে তখন?
5 গুণ।
Understood? 500. So that time your base will no longer what? 100, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the per unit now?
2 also.
Again 2. So which one you will choose? It depends upon you. If you choose the low voltage side, you have to see what is the base for that side. If you choose for the high voltage side, you have to choose what is the base for that side. Understood?
Sir.
Yeah, বলো।
এই ট্রান্সফরমারের মানে দুই পাশেরই পার ইউনিট সেম।
এক্স্যাক্টলি। এটাই তো আমাদের পার ইউনিটের মজা, পাওয়ার ইউনিটের মজা হচ্ছে এটাই, কারণ তোমাকে ওই যে কত বাই কত এটা বলে দেওয়ার দরকার নাই, তোমাকে যদি বলে দিই আমি ওকে এটা পাওয়ার ইউনিট 2, বুঝছো তুমি ব্যাপারটা?
বুঝতে পারছি স্যার।
মানে পাওয়ার ইউনিটের মজাটাই হচ্ছে এটা, তোমাকে এত কিছু মনে রাখতে হবে না, শুধু জানো এটা পাওয়ার ইউনিট 2, বুঝছো?
জি স্যার।
Okay. Now come here to the transformer ratings. Here a transformer is rated at 2000 VA, 200 divided by 400. Mane that means what? Their power is what? The maximum power is what? 2000 VA, volt ampere. Why this power is necessary? Because the current, because the voltage is same, right? Voltage will remain same, but the current is different. Why current is different? If you run more load, তুমি যদি আরো বেশি বেশি জিনিসপত্র চালাও, if you use normally you do not turn on your AC, right? Normally you do not turn on your AC, you do not turn on your microwave. Okay, you have a microwave oven, বুঝতে পারছি? তোমার বাসায় একটা ওভেন আছে, or in your home you have a electric heater, বুঝতে পারছি?
Yes,
that heater is not necessary to run at 100% time. তুমি কি সবসময় চালাও তোমার ইস্ত্রিটা?
No sir.
No, you do not run your iron machine for 100% time. Sometimes you run, sometimes you make it off, or 1% of the time, or let's say in 30 days of your month you run that microwave machine 2 days, okay, or you run your AC for 3 days, something like that. That time the transformer has to give you more power because you are using more power. How transformer can give you more power? By using voltage or by using current? That means by increasing current or by increasing voltage, which one?
Increasing current.
Exactly, because তোমার তো ট্রান্সফর্মার তো ভোল্টেজ বাড়াইতে পারবে না বেশি। Whatever the voltage that is given, that means transformer is constantly supplying 400 volt. It cannot suddenly supply you 600 volt, can it?
No.
So how can it give you more power? What is the formula for power?
E is equal to VI.
VI, right? That means S is equal to
VI.
So V is constant, V is fixed. Now what transformer will do? Transformer will give you more current to meet your power demand. So that's why this VA is necessary. VA means what? Whatever happens, your voltage and current multiply should be maximum of 2000. Maximum of 2000. বুঝতে পারছি?
Yes sir.
So maximum 2000 পর্যন্ত সে হচ্ছে এটা সাপ্লাই করতে পারবে। That is the maximum power it can give you. So it's lower, that means the primary side is 200 volt and your high voltage side is how much? 400 volt. Has an internal impedance of J4.0 as shown in the low voltage side. That means this impedance is where? This impedance is in which side?
Primary side.
Low side. Okay, let's take 1 minute break, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, this impedance, internal impedance is for low voltage side. That means the high voltage side, since the voltage is different, current is different, the impedance can be different as well, right?
Yes, sir.
But not the power. Because why power is not different? Because this is the law of transformer. Transformer will transform the voltage without changing its what? Without changing its power. Transformer cannot change the power. Transformer cannot step up or step down the power. Power will be same. So that is the only condition for transformer. Transformer transforms the power without changing the power. That's why the power is same. The low voltage side, the voltage ampere, that is the power is 2000 VA. Here the power is 2000 VA. In the low voltage side, the voltage is 200 volt. High voltage side voltage is 400 volt. That means twice, double. What is your I base? I base will be S base divided by V base. Obviously, because we know the formula S divided by V. So 2000 divided by 200 is equal to 10 ampere. What about this? Again, this divided by this will be what? 2000 divided by 400 is equal to 5 ampere. Why? Because how transformer keeps the same power? If it step up the voltage, it will step down the current, right?
Yes, sir.
See, the voltage is twice, so current will be half. Again, it is proven. It is proven, right?
Yes, sir. It's half.
Okay. Z actual for low voltage side is 4.0 J. That means J is 4.0 ohm. That is the reactance only. Although it is saying impedance, that means there is no resistance. That's why nothing is added. So impedance is 4.0 ohm. What about your high voltage side? This one is a bit tricky. This one I will explain. Okay. Now I'm going to explain this one. This is actually your unitary system. আমরা ছোটবেলা ঐকিক নিয়ম করছি না আব্দুল্লাহ বাঙালি যারা আছো সাইদুল তারপরে জাহিদ না নাম সাইদুল জাহিদ সাকলাইন মারুফ ওরা ক্লাস করে না?
ইয়েস স্যার।
ওকে, সো ছোটবেলায় আমরা ঐকিক নিয়ম করছি না যে এরকম যে যদি 200টার দাম কত হয়, 200টার দাম 4 টাকা হয়, একটার দাম কত? 400 দাম কত? কত হবে বলো? এরকম একটা নিয়ম আছে না?
জি স্যার।
সো আমরা বেসিক্যালি ওই রকমই ইউনিটারি সিস্টেমে একটা নিয়ম করব, বাট এখানে আমাদের একটা স্কয়ার আসবে, ওই স্কয়ারটা আমাদেরকে দিতে হবে। উই হ্যাভ টু গিভ দ্যাট স্কয়ার। সো দ্য ফর্মুলা ইজ হোয়াট? সো ফর্মুলা ইজ ইকুয়াল টু লো ভোল্টেজ ইজ ইকুয়াল টু 400 ডিভাইড বাই 200 হোল স্কয়ার। ঠিক আছে, এই ফর্মুলাটা কোথা থেকে আসছে দেখো, ফর্মুলাটা তোমাদের দেখাচ্ছি। ফর্মুলা ইজ somewhere here. এই যে somewhere, মানে কোথায় লেখা আছে এটা? No, it is not written here, but I'm going to write it for you. See, all of you write this. All of you write it in your answer script. So if the low voltage is given, see, Z of high voltage side, that means HV, will be what? Z of low voltage into voltage of high voltage, that means high side, or you can call it HL, that means high tension and low tension, HT and LT. Voltage divided by low tension, that means low volt whole square. That is the formula. Okay, Z high voltage side, that means for high voltage side this is how much? This is this. Understood? This is the formula. That means all of you have written this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. High voltage impedance will be equal to low voltage impedance into high voltage divided by low voltage side voltage. This is LH, not LH. This is not LH.
LV, sir.
LV. Okay. High voltage divided by, that means high side voltage divided by low side voltage whole square. Now, if this is given, if this is given, you can easily find out which one. This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about this is given, and this is given. This is not given. Then what will happen?
স্যার
See, if this is not given, what you can do? No.
স্যার
What you can do? You take this you take the whole side, that means this whole side on the other side, right, at the bottom. Or you can write the formula like this. Because high voltage side is given into, this time this will be at the top. Understood? How I got that?
Yes, sir, understand.
This one will go up, this one will go down. Whole square will be there. Understood, everyone?
স্যার একটু কথা স্যার,
হ্যাঁ বলো বলো।
স্যার এটা মূলত স্যার লো পাওয়ার, লো সাইড পাওয়ার এবং হাই সাইড পাওয়ার ইকুয়াল থেকে করা হয়েছে না এটা স্যার?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এটা ইকুয়াল থেকে করা হয়েছে, ওই ফর্মুলা থেকে করা হয়েছে, ওই ইকুয়াল সাইড থেকে করা হয়েছে।
স্যার আমি মূলত সূত্র দিয়ে বুঝতে পারলে আমি মনে রাখতে পারবো, এইজন্য বলছি।
হ্যাঁ, এটা ইকুয়াল ধরে করা হয়েছে। কারণ হচ্ছে বেসিক্যালি তুমি যদি এটাকে ওই পাশে গুণ করে দাও, ওটা যদি ওই পাশে গুণ করে দাও স্কয়ার সহকারে, এটাকে যদি স্কয়ার গুণ না সরি ভাগ করে দাও, তাহলে তুমি খেয়াল করবে কি, তুমি খেয়াল করে দেখবা যে এটা আসলে s, এটা হচ্ছে তোমার s, এটা হচ্ছে s, মানে s s, এই ফর্মুলা থেকে আসছে।
জি স্যার,
ঠিক আছে। সো সবই তো সব তো এখান থেকেই আসবে, কারণ এটা তো ট্রান্সফর্মার ধর্মই তো এটা। বিকজ আন্ডারস্টুড, ট্রান্সফর্মার ধর্ম এটা, বিকজ দে আর ইকুয়াল। সো এই যে তুমি যে এখানে কারেন্টের ফর্মুলাটা পাইছো, এটাও কিন্তু ওখান থেকেই আসছে।
জি স্যার,
তাই না, পাওয়ার সেম ধরে করতে হবে। ওকে, নাও so this is your z actual, that is 4.0. according to that formula what will happen, so 16j 16j ohm, that is your high voltage side impedance. Now what about your z base? Z base will be what? V square divided by S base. So V square is equal to 200 square divided by S is equal to 2000, 20 ohm. What about your high voltage side? 400 square divided by 2000 is 80 ohm. See the beauty of per unit. What about this? Per unit voltage, actual divided by base. Actual was 4, base is 20, so it is 0.2. What about this? Actual was 16 and base was 80, so divided by it is 0.2. So বুঝতে পারছো তোমরা per unit এর মজাটা কি? What is the beauty of per unit? What is the beauty of per unit? Understood?
Yes, sir, understand, sir. Per unit.
Okay, beauty of per unit is what? Your per unit reactance or your impedance are actually same. So the transformer per unit impedance is the same regardless to which side of the transformer is rated. Refer, মানে যেই সাইডে তুমি ধরো না কেন, the impedance, per unit impedance will be same. Always remember, if I give you, okay, Z per unit 0.2 in low voltage side, you can use that same value to high voltage side. You do not have to convert that. Understood? If it is per unit. So এই যে ক্যালকুলেশন থেকে তোমাকে বাঁচাবে, তোমাকে এই যে এক্সাম্পল। ওকে, this is one more example for your what? For your transformer. A single phase transformer is rated 110 to 440, 2.5 kVA. Leakage reactance is measured from the low tension side, that is 0.06 ohm. That means this is only the resistance. Only what? Oh no, reactance. They said reactance, not resistance. They said reactance, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If it was impedance, if it was what? Impedance, then you do not have to give what?
J.
You do not have to give J. বুঝতে পারছি? If this was resistance, do not have to give J. If it was only impedance and you do not find any J here, then you do not have to give any J. But they have given a clue. Okay, the value is 0.06, but it is called reactance. So you have to give what?
J.
J. Okay. Determine the leakage reactance in per unit. Leakage reactance in per unit. So লিখলাম। So everything is same. So you already know what is this, right?
Yes, sir.
yes sir.
So this is simple. Now your home task will be this one. Example 6.5. You will do it and you will read it by yourself. What is this? And transformer AB, transformer BC, because you have two transformers, one here, another here. Your home task will be this one. If you do not understand that, you can contact with me. I will let you understand. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then in our next class we will start from the load calculation, and we have one missed class, right? আমাদের একটা মিস ক্লাস হইছে।
Yes sir.
আব্দুল্লাহ, তুমি আমার কাছ থেকে টাইম নিবা, বুঝছো? আমার কাছ থেকে টাইম নিয়ে তুমি হচ্ছে মিস ক্লাসটা করবা, মানে করাবা আর কি। তুমি যদি
Okay,
আমার
sir.
কাছ থেকে, ওকে ওয়েট,